Hey guys, it's Lindsay. Welcome to my channel. I am going to be sharing a series on my YouTube channel this week. I just thought of it just today and I thought it'd be really fun. I've been thinking about doing some fun things with just homeschool planners in general. I know a lot of people like myself and others, I'm sure others do in the planning world out there. You like to watch like videos while you're doing your planning for the homeschool year or while you're planning in your regular planner and just listening to someone chat about it, give ideas. You can watch the video while you're planning. I don't know, it's just, there's something about it that makes me motivated. So if you guys need a little bit of like homeschool planner motivation, or if you're just planning in your regular planner just to get ideas for different things, then stay tuned. I'm going to think about like some of the things I'm going to do. I might put it all in 1 week or in 2 weeks, but it'll be like a handful of videos. I'm not going to promise like a specific number, but let me know in the comments down below if you would be interested in this series. But I'm going to try. It's going to be called like homeschool planner series, summer homeschool planner series, something like that. We'll see what I think of. But I just wanted to share like my flip through of my new homeschool planner. And I was going to share with you guys real quick some of the supplies, and I was going to do a whole entire flip through on my old planner from 2021 to 22 and show you my new planner in this video, the 2022 and 2023. And then I was thinking of sharing with you guys like all my old planners that I have. I think I have mine from 2018 or 2017. I'm not sure. And I thought it'd be just fun to look through it and talk about like the evolution of how my planners have changed throughout the years and the difference between when my kids were toddlers and what I wrote in the planners. I don't know, I just think it'd be kind of fun. So if you're wanting to see that, give me a thumbs up in this video. If you have any other ideas of what you want me to share with you guys in the series of my homeschool planners, let me know, because it's just fun. I really enjoy doing hand videos where I don't have to put makeup on, do my hair, get the setup all ready. This is just a lot easier for me, and I like to share things, and I love watching homeschool planner videos and like regular planner videos. So, and it's been a while since I've done stuff like this. So I'm going to get right into it, share with you guys my new plum paper planner. I'm so excited. This one is like the medium size one. There's like a smaller one, a medium size, and then a big one. And I used to always use the big ones. Now I use the medium size ones, and it's working really well now. I want to share with you guys really quickly my favorite homeschool planner like highlighters, and that's what I like use. And as you can tell, a lot of my highlighters that I purchased, a certain package of colors, they match with the plum paper planner colors. It just happened to match all the themes, and I love it. So they're called mild liners, and the cool thing about the mild liners is they just work really, really well. They have this little edge or wedge sort of tip. I don't know what you want to call it. I don't know what it's called. And then they have this little fine point right there. So all of those are great for anything. You can just use them as titles. I'll give you ideas as I flip through this. And then another thing that I really use a lot is my little whiteout strip thing. If I make a mistake, I use friction pens a lot. Where's my friction pens? And I primarily just use the Friction 07 clicker. Let me see if I could like focus it. There we go. Now it's really dark. I use the Friction clicker 07, and whenever I like race a lot over and over and over again because I'm making lots of mistakes, sometimes I put the whiteout on it because it just works better. But you would say, Lindsay, why would you do that? Because it's an erasable pen. Like, what's the point of it? But, you know, sometimes if I erase it way too many times, it has a mark, and then I need to put a whiteout on it. But I also wanted to share with you guys that there are these refills, I can't say refills, and they're just the same 07 Pilot friction pens. You could buy them 3 in a pack. I was gonna bring it out for you and I totally forgot in this video. But you can buy them 3 in a pack, and you just keep the like pen cases, if you want to call it. Like if you have like pink, or they have navy blue, they have all different colors. I used to color code my kids like subjects and stuff like that, so you can do that, or you can color code your kids if you have several kids. It's a lot easier to keep things organized. But I just buy the refills, and right now I looked on Amazon, they're pretty much the same cost as an actual pen, but when the pens go back up in price, I think the refills are way worth it. Let me make it more brighter here. So sorry if it's shaking. Yeah, I just think that the pens refills are way cheaper than getting the actual pens. But if you go now online on Amazon, I looked up the difference and I think it's cheaper to buy the pens now. So it's like totally up to you if you want to buy the pens in a set or the refills. But later on in the year, if you need refills, I think it's cheaper than buying the pens. It depends when the pens are on sale. And then Friction highlighters, they have the same thing. All these different colors. I love it. They're all pastel. The only downside of these, just to be on the honest side, is that they're very light in comparison to the mild liners. So that's okay. I love these because if you're looking to like highlight things and to do things and to try things out, and then you're like, oh shoot, that looks so bad, you could erase it. And then if you really love it, just erase it and use the mild liners just to see how you like the way it looks. And then another thing that I really like, you can get at your Dollar Tree, like these are just the dot or jot highlighters from the Dollar Tree. These colors are so vibrant, but they're still pastel. They're just a lot brighter than the Friction pens. So if you're looking for something cheap, I've had these for like 3 years or so, and I still use them to this day. It's awesome. And then one more thing before I go on any further is the Tombow. These are Tombow Art like pens, or I don't know what you want to call them. They're water-based, and they have like a beautiful like tip, and then they have a very ultra fine tip right here. And I love the neutral palette. It's so beautiful. I got these during COVID when I was bored and I wanted to do like Hobonichi planner stuff, and I used all these colors, and I still do use these. They're beautiful. The really great thing about these tips is you can make the highlight very thin or very thick, depending on how much you press down on it. So let's get into this. So this is the 2022 spread. This is what it looks like. It's really simple, and I like the way they have it this year. It's a little less bold, and it's really like muted, but I like the aqua, and it looks really nice. These are like my favorites at the beginning of planners, to look at the dates to see what's going on. I use my mild liners, or like I said, I use my Friction highlighters at the very beginning to make sure I'm not going to make a mistake and then be like, oh shoot, I have to, you know, white it out, and then you're whiting out the numbers. So that is why I like these. Here, I'll show you what I mean by the, by the highlighters. So this is a yellow one. It's going to go on really light. So for instance, as you can see, September the 14th through the 17th, I will kind of like let that dry. You really don't necessarily need to let it dry, but like whatever. So here we go. So I went ahead, and it's just Friction that erases it. But so yeah, that's basically what I like about the Friction pens, is that if I like have like all of our vacations lined up, sometimes I color code it, like my husband's off, and I'll put it in blue. And then the vacation time that we're going to have off, that's extra in our year that, you know, I need to have off. Sometimes we do 6 weeks of school, 1 week off, or 7 weeks of school and 1 week off. I will use yellow. And then that's basically it. Then I use a Friction pen to circle the first day and the last day, and then it's all ready for me to look through the year and see when I need my breaks. And if anything ever happens, like an emergency or something else comes up and we're going to change things up, I can erase it. So that is the benefit of using the Friction pens and highlighters. So even though they don't come on like really bold and they don't have like a really strong color, it's still a nice way to plan without having to permanently have it on your paper and just, you can't fix it at all. So, oh, and don't mind the noise. My kids are watching the Minions movie, so if you hear laughs, that's what it is. And I'm actually in my laundry room right now, so it's a little hot because the dryer was on. So, all right, so the special days, this is what it looks like. It's January to December. You can plan anything. Like last year, I planned their extracurricular classes, sports. You could put like literally anything in here. You can do quarterlies if you want to do a unit study here, here, and here. And you can color code it with like pink and blue and green and yellow. Like whatever you want to do, it's really, really nice to have this. And it's real simple, and it's laid out for you, and the months are all done. You don't have to make it fancy or anything because they already have the banners for you with the titles of the month. Now this one I like as well too. It's just the same exact thing. It says ideas, plans, and goals. You can always take a little whiteout and just white the top out and make your own title up at the top. That's just an idea. And then you can title them whatever you want. So you can have 3 for each kid or 1 for each kid, and just write down some of the goals that you have for them for the year, or some of the books you want them to read, or the field trips that you want to go to. or the homeschool supplies. Now, really quickly before I move on with my planner, I do not get like a teacher planner anymore or a homeschool planner anymore. Not because I don't like it, I think it's a good concept, but I just feel like I don't use all of the pages that they give you. I think they're great, but I just don't use them. I don't know, maybe it's because they have them and then I feel like I'm forced to like do it. And I'm like, I want to rebel and say, I'm not gonna write down the goals for my kids. Like they're really specific and I feel like it's too specific that I wish I could customize it myself. So for instance, that's why these are like perfect, because you could like technically just white out special dates and make your own thing, and you can fill in these and make your own customizable goals and things like that. And you have plenty of space to add the things too. So that's just my idea. And usually like the plum paper planner, it's hard for me to say, they have the add-ons for like the homeschool at the back. I just add on like graph paper, and then there's a couple dotted pages that they give you for free, or just that's a part of the planner. And I just do like my homeschool tracking for progress back here. And that's all I need, really. They do have like teacher supplies, passwords, blah, 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 like all the homeschool stuff. So if you're a new homeschooler and you want that, they have that option. Look, I just got my fingerprints on it. So they have that option for you. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. If you're looking for like a certain layout or whatever, they have that. Sorry if there's like a little glare on the tab, but these tabs are awesome. Very, very like durable. This paper, for instance, people ask me if a pencil works on it. I did try a pencil. You could use permanent markers. You could also use friction pens. You could use regular pens, anything. It writes really well. I would just say like maybe sometimes what I do is I take a Post-it note and I kind of blot it, or I just use my hand to blot it. I do these funny things, like I do friction pen and I kind of blot it like that if I'm going to turn the page so it doesn't get onto this page, because this is like a glossier tab page. What I used to do, I think 2 years ago, is I would glue this and then I would just shut it like that. So when I opened the tab, it just went straight to the month. So that's an option for you if you guys don't like this. But there's lots of real estate on here that I don't want to like miss out on using this year, and I used it last year. And I was going to give you some ideas to put on here. If you're looking for goals, you can do your goals for your kids here. That's if you have 3 kids, but you could always like divide them up. Also, you can do like your field trips or the books that you're reading out loud for the month. There's just lots of options with these bubbles, and you could change it up. You don't even have to write in these specific things. You could write across the straight line and do it that way and make your own lines, or you could put washi tape and stickers if you love that stuff. The birthdays, I always thought it was weird to have birthdays in my homeschool planner, but since I'm in my homeschool planner all the time, I thought it was genius, because I'm like, okay, I do really need to remember people's birthdays. If I just write them down in my homeschool planner, I tend to use my homeschool planner more than my regular one anyways, so it's good to have there. And then for the events, what I usually do is like whatever's going on with our co-op classes, if they have a play going on or if there's something that they're working towards, I put it in here, or things I needed to remember, just like this. This, I do some of like the highlights of the month in here that we've done, and I'll write them down. But you could do anything, like you could literally white that out or put a washi tape over it and make it your own, which I think is a good idea as well. And then these two at the bottom, I tend to put their books that they're reading like independently. I just put their names here and I put what they're reading, and then as I'm glancing through all of the months at the end of the year, I'm like, okay, that's what they read. I wrote it down, put in their portfolio, and I'm done. So it's just a nice way to track it. I also have like a reading log for my daughter that I have mentioned in a lot of videos, and let me see if I could share it with you guys. Here it is. I've mentioned this so many times. I mention it because it's so cheap and it's just so cute, and you can put all the book titles in here, and my daughter does it for me, and you can make a copy of it and then literally put it in your portfolio. And then there's just little reviews that you can do. So I will link this down below, but it's just really cool what you like about the book and everything like that. But I show this a lot and people like it, and I've heard a lot of good things about it. So if you want to purchase it, I have that on my description down below. I'll put it on as one of my Amazon links or whatever for you guys. So, and then this little page right here, what I was doing last year, it might change as I talk through with you guys, and when I do a setup for my planner, I'll see what I'm gonna do. But I like to put like things that I want to do, like field trips, or things that I just like flying a kite, or going to a certain park, or meeting up with like a friend that I haven't seen in a few weeks. I'll write that here, and then whatever I do, I'll just check off, and then I'll go to the next month if I haven't done it. and I'll check it, and then I'll write it down here and just have like a long ongoing list of things that we want to do. So if that makes sense. And then also just seasonally, like I always write down like for certain things in the fall that I want to do, or the spring. So that is what I use it for, but you can use it for anything. If you're a homeschool YouTuber, you can use it for your monthly updates. What I used to do is like whatever we did for the month, I would write it on this page and just give a little, like, just paraphrase certain things and outline what we did. So when I did my video, I could look over it and be like, okay, this is what we did, and I'll share my homeschool update. Then in the monthly spread, I just absolutely love it because what I usually do, and I'll show you in this one just because, so you can have an idea. Let me see. Let's see if I can go to a specific, okay. So for the month of January, for instance, I'll do like a highlight on each Monday. Oh, and you know what? This is so funny. I started on a Monday instead of a Sunday, and I did not even realize that. So anyways, which is actually better because we start our weeks on a Monday. So I like that. So if you're looking into getting a plum paper planner, make sure, like, if you want to start on a Monday for your calendars to do that, or you can start on a Sunday. But that is so funny. I totally forgot I did that. So I would just do a highlighting little strip here and put off for week 1, 2, 3. And that's what I do. And then what I really think is a good idea with a highlighter or a pen or a washi tape, you could do like archery class or drama club or park day, and then just put the line all the way down throughout, like every Thursday or every Monday, so you don't have to rewrite it like over and over again. It saves lots of time. So that is what I usually do. So I just like basically whatever the month has in store and whatever classes I've registered them for or sports, I just put in here. Last year we had lots of things going on. This year's going to be a little more like chill. So that is what we're going to do. And then here is something different than I did in my last planner. If you haven't seen my last planner video and a walkthrough of my setup, I will link it down below so you can just check that out. But I will be doing, like I said, another video of like the whole entire year so you can see everything. But I put my son and my daughter's name here, and then it's just 2 columns, and there's several like lines that I could do. And then over here, what's a little faint? Let me go to August real quick. All right. I want you to be able to see it. Okay, now it's a little brighter for you. The lines were faint because I think the month didn't start on a Monday, so I think it started down here. So I have his name and my daughter's name. I really like how they have this little month at a glance that you can see, okay, this is what August looks like, and then you can highlight the week that you're in, which is really cool. I don't know, I think it's cool because it's the 1st through the 7th, so I just highlight 1st through the 7th. And on here is a little box that you can title this. You could title this. There's like a lot of places you can customize it, but I just left this blank. And I was going to put week on here, but it's like a little font that's small. So I might just do it myself, or I might make this like morning time so I can write like our memory verse and like what we've read in our morning basket or morning time or whatever you want to call it. So I might just do these little check marks here. I'll show you what I did over here so you can have an idea. For instance, I had like handwriting, explode the code, calendar, reading, math, language. And as I got to the end of the year, I just had handwriting, reading, math, and language. That's all I had. So I might just do these little check marks here for the 4 days because we homeschool 4 days. And I do 1, 2, 3, 4 because it might just be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, or we might homeschool Tuesday through Friday. And it changes, like we could skip Wednesday. So as long as we do 4 days of homeschool, I'm good. So I just number them 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'll have a little daily check, and then we'll just do it that way. I no longer do like lesson number 1, lesson number 2, lesson number 3, because it basically is just the next page, or the next lesson, for the most part. If it changes, then, look, I got coffee on it. If it changes, then I will maybe make a note of it, but that is basically what I do. And I do more notes on like history, for instance, in Spanish, our morning time, or we might do art, or I know there's other things that I've done in here, science and creative writing. And I'll write like notes of what we did and the chapter and lesson that we're on. And that's all I need to do is our group subjects, more with details. And then in the daily little areas over here, I just put like pick up kids at grandma's, did drama club. This is one of the things I'm reading, had lunch, and then school started at 3:30. Those were like the late days on Mondays that we were having last year because of the drama. And then Tuesday we would do architecture class, and then I would just say that like maybe we did school a little earlier because we had a dentist appointment, and I like to write all those things down. Why? Because throughout the years I'm realizing, okay, what did we do? Like, did we do anything? And then I could be like, oh, okay, so I didn't check off math on this day because that's right, we went to the dentist and I decided let's just do language, and that's the only thing that we did for our core subjects. So if you guys are like me and you want to look back at the week and say, what did we do? Then you have the little notes, and it takes like 5 seconds to write down, like if you had a late day of school, early day of school, if you had a dentist appointment. So I highly recommend you to just write notes for yourself. And then these two things I don't need, Saturday and Sunday, so I'm just gonna like do a whiteout on there. And I'm just thinking of ideas. If you guys have any ideas for me, let me know in the comments. I'm thinking to do like the highlights of the week, or the field trips that we went on, but we don't do field trips like every week, so that would be kind of lame. Or I might just have notes to myself, but there might be something here that I could do that would be helpful for me for the future me next week, or for me just to look back at and be like, oh, okay, so I'm gonna have to think of it. Let me know if you have any ideas. So basically it just has all the weeks, and then at the very end of the like lesson plans, if you want to call it, because I reverse plan, is just a line paper, just like you would find at the very beginning. So you would have a dashboard, you have a line paper, monthly spread, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, typically 5, because there's like 5 weeks to a month. And then the ones that are grayed out right here is when the month stops, because it goes to the 31st. So it could be 4 weeks, depending on the month. And I wanted to share with you guys like the color changes and the themes for this one. I don't know what color this is called in the plum paper planner world. You have to go on their website, but the only thing that changed from last year is this is like a periwinkle color, and it was a little bit more purpley. I don't know, I can't explain it. It's a different color. And then this January is a little darker blue, which is kind of fun for winter. And then these are just the colors. Then the repeating ink and aqua, the light pink. I love this color because they have this color in November. And November's like my favorite because of the fall colors. I just love that mustard yellow. It's so cute. And then June. It goes to June because usually we typically finish school in May or June. And then, like I said, I added a graph. You could add meal plans. You could add anything like a homeschool section, a teacher section, whatever section you want. And I think they're only a few bucks to add on. And I only did like 10 graph pages because I do front and back, and I do their progress. So I'm going to show you guys real quick so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So this is my daughter's like 4th grade progress, like not progress, but tracker, like the good and the beautiful, like lessons up to 120, 1 to 120. And then I just highlighted up to 100. We only did 100 lessons because we're doing creative writing throughout the year, so we didn't finish it. This is the graph paper, and like I said, it's 10 pages, so you have back and front, which is 20, and that is a lot. I also do like my son's reading log, and I'll do my daughter's reading log, and then we also do our family subjects. So history, Spanish, science, anything that we do together, I will put a tracker on, or I'll just write down like basically what we've done. And that's it. You can make a whole section on this and get like 20 pages or more, and you can add field trips, homeschool ideas, unit study ideas. That's what I've done in the past, and it's very, very helpful. I prefer graph over the dotted ones because this is like bullet journal. I cannot like draw a straight line with like dots, which sounds so weird. It's so funny, but I could draw straight lines in graph paper because visually, like, the boxes look so much easier for me. The dots are confusing to me. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's all over the place. Let me know if you're like me down below. And then they do the contacts. This is standard to Plum Paper Planner. My contacts, 2 pages, which is good, I guess. Maybe for like websites and stuff like that, but this is for websites. So websites, username, password. I don't know, like to me, I would probably like put the passwords in websites and then tuck it in the folder so no one could see it, but who's going to really look at your planner for passwords, really? Nobody. Who cares? I don't think anyone's looking into my planner that would really want to, you know, get into the website that I was on, like a homeschool website. Oh, I'm cracking myself up. Okay, so my contacts and then the passwords, and then over here, I've mentioned in my previous videos is that they have a 2024, so it's really nice. They only go up to, obviously, 2023. I'm not going to flip back there. And then they go to 2024. So, for instance, in my old planner that I looked at this year, before I purchased this, I was able to look through and take some notes on what I wanted to do for next year. So it's nice that you can look like in the future to 2024, the next school year, to see what you want to do. And it's just nice. I love having these little calendars in the back. They're very like small little details about Plum Paper Planner that I like, and it's not really that huge of a deal, but to me, I think it makes it worth it to get a planner. I know I could probably use a notebook, like a spiral notebook for like $1 and do all this, but the only thing that I've thought of in the past is that they don't have the calendars. And then my favorite thing is the monthly spreads that I do, and the paper and the texture and the way the friction pen works on it and the way it writes. I love it in comparison to like just a notebook paper. There's a lot of great like planners out there. I think I can't think of the names. I'll link them down below, but there's like Nest Planner. I don't know what they're called specifically, but some of my friends have it. They have Erin Condren planners, tons of teacher planners. I used to use Purple Trail Planner. I have videos on that. So if you're interested, you can check out my channel for like other planners that I've used. And if you're into bullet journaling, you can do that as well. But I tried it out like in the summertime to see if I would even be open to using it, or during COVID, and I try my best. It's so creative, so fun, but it's just too much time for me, too much of an investment of me and my time. So this little folder in the back is so cute. I wanted to show you guys this. So it has flaps in the back, flap in the front, and it's really sturdy. It's nice. Only thing is that you would have to take like a paper like this and put it in here, or like a regular piece of paper you would have to fold. But a lot of people would probably put stickers in here. And so that's a good idea, like sticker sheets. So it's perfect to do that. I might just take this off because I haven't used it for the past couple of years. So I'll just probably take it off, and they'll make my planner less bulky, and it'll be like a little thinner and not as heavy. So that is it. And then this is like a little chevron like print that they have going on in the back. And then my cover, which is beautiful. It's basically the same as the front. And then they have this protective like plastic little, I don't know what it's called, to go over the back and the front, which really is helpful because I'm pretty hard on my planner. I hope you like the long, chatty, like detailed flip through. If you're like me, you like to see these type of videos so you can really get the gist of like what's inside of them and what other people do. Mine is really minimal, and I will share with you guys what I have done for my past planner in my next video coming up. So I hope you guys stay tuned for that. If you're not subscribed to my channel and you want to see that, please subscribe, and I will share with you guys like everything I did for my planner last year so you can see what's going on and how I set that up. And then I will set this one up a little bit and like share with you guys my ideas and stuff. And it won't be as long, but I'll show you guys what I plan to do. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, an awesome summer. Hope you guys are taking a break. See you guys in my next video.